Glow Nation, what's up, everybody? I don't know about y'all, but I have had a long Wednesday. I am just now, for the first time today, sitting down. I was skidding in to get this started on time, but I'm here. I made it. It's all going to work out. It's all going to be cool. So, hello, everybody. We are going to have Cypher Token back. We had them before their pre-launch, and we're going to have them back today. Talk about how launch went and all that kind of cool stuff. So, yeah, thank y'all for showing up this Wednesday evening. Just so y'all know, we have a show Friday at 6 with Cure Token. We'll tell y'all more about that a little bit later. That one's at 6, but I think from now on, me and Jason are going to start doing shows at 6:30 just to give me a little bit more breathing room before I start. So, starting next week, probably we'll be doing 6:30 on our shows. Anyway, before we get started with anything, we've got to talk to the man with the plan, Mr. Jason. How are you doing this evening?
Well, sir, thank you. Very good to see everybody in this afternoon. If you guys can, please go retweet the space so that we can get all the rest of our friends and family in and make sure they can find us. If you want to put something in there about 100 billion Cypher tokens being given away, that may help to corral some people in, get their attention just a little bit. Um, as Legion said, though, yes, Friday will be at 6 o'clock, and we are going to try to move to 6:30s after that. Really glad to see you all back. Really super excited to have Cypher back on. Sorry, sending a message. Really super excited to have them back on. Like Legion said, we did have them in when they were in pre-sale, and apparently things went really good. We're super proud of their team over there, and can't wait to let Jeremy tell everybody all about it. One thing, I'm looking around. Ah, Mr. Shane, how are you, sir? Shane is our COO, enjoying a little well-deserved family time. So good to see you able to pop in with us, Shane. How are you?
I'm good. Just chilling in Portugal right now. So yeah, enjoying life.
That sounds good.
Portugal?
Hopefully you got a drink with a little umbrella in it.
Man, he lives in Ireland, then he hangs out in Singapore, and then he's in Portugal. Like, talk about world traveler. He's just all over the place. Except for America and being on my time zone when he wants to be on calls. He can't do that. But everywhere else in the world, Shane is. I love it, Shane. I heard you're getting us all gifts from Portugal, too.
It looks like I'll be in America.
Yeah.
It looks like I'll be in America sooner than we think as well. So stay tuned.
Are you ready, Shane, when you come to America, for all the Americans to tell you that they're Irish? Because you know it's going to happen.
Oh yeah, we get it over here all the time anyway.
My family.
Every American tourist asking me, do I know the O'Connell clan who lives in Dingle?
I'll tell you a story. I did in college. I did a study abroad in London, and before we went, we had to go through like a course, basically about how to not be an ugly American. One was to slow down, right? Because Americans rush. In the UK, things are a little bit more mellow. In Europe in general, I guess, things are a little more mellow. And we also learned real quick when we first got there, don't tell the British people or the Irish people or the Scottish people that you're Scottish, because you're not and they don't care. So please don't do that. I've always thought that was funny. So I feel for you, Shane. I feel for you. I do want to give a shout out real quick, Jason. I think we forgot to do this last week. Somebody who's in our crowd, Miss Annie. Miss Annie was promoted. She's now the head moderator in our Discord. So I just wanted to give. Can I get everybody to give me a hearts and some claps for Miss Annie because Miss Annie works really hard. Yes, hearts and claps for Annie. She totally deserves it. She works really hard. And if you go over there and mess around, you're gonna find out Annie's gonna take care of you. Okay? No, really. If y'all have questions and stuff, Annie's gonna get y'all taken care of. So I just want to give a shout out for Annie because we love Annie. And yeah. I got one more person up here as a speaker, Mr. Greek. How was your AMA with Eco Warriors the other night? Hey.
How's it going, Legion? The AMA was great. If anybody wants to catch a replay, it's on my channel, so you can find out all you want about the Eco Warriors NFT line.
Yes, and Eco Warriors is one of our partners. It will be on our NFT marketplace. So, and Greek DeFi is, of course, one of our partners as well. We love the Greek. Let's see, who am I going to next? Oh, I got to pin a tweet real quick. Jeremy, I'm coming. I promise. I am. I'm saving the best for last. I'm getting all the all the nonsense stuff out the way, which is me. I also pinned to the top real quick. We are streaming this show, or I should say, Kimmy is streaming this show on our official YouTube channel as well. So when you go over to check out the AMA on Greek's channel, make sure you slide on over to that official Glow page and like and subscribe, and let's build up that our YouTube channel too, because Jared has some really cool stuff coming up there for the glowing up DeFi and for the education part. So make sure you check that out as well. And we are also going to be giving away, or not we, Cypher is giving away tonight. We'll facilitate it, but Cypher is giving away 100 billion Cypher tokens. So that's really, really cool. So if your friend, your mom, or your daddy, whoever in here, retweet this space, get everybody in here because we're gonna be giving away some crazy amount of tokens later on. Okay, well that's it. Mr. Jeremy, how are you this evening, sir?
Brother, I'm doing fantastic. I am currently at the dog park with my 3 boys and my pit bull mix, and the boys are frogging apparently, which is a thing. So they're trying to catch frogs in this pond, and so if you hear me scream at someone, I promise I mean no harm.
All I'm hearing, Jeremy, is you're living your best life right now. I heard family, frogs, and dogs. Nothing wrong with any of that.
No, nothing wrong at all. Just wanted to let you guys know in the event that I have a child that's elbow deep in the water trying to catch a frog.
It's okay. We'll just pretend like we have Brian here, because when we have Brian on, it's always birds in the background, and then he'll randomly yell at a dog or a kid or something. So now we're used to it. We're used to it over here at GLOWNATION. Not a problem at all.
Beautiful. That means it works well.
Yeah. So congratulations. It looks like you guys had a successful launch.
You know what? We really did. And, I know it's all relative, obviously. We had a great launch. We are above what our actual launch price was, which is fantastic in this market because that doesn't appear to be very easy to do. A vast majority of our holders have staked, which has made it very easy, partly because of the fact that we have absolutely ignorant staking percent APY. And I think that is our plan showing itself as working.
Absolutely. And before we get too far into, what is Cypher, who is Cypher, and all that, talk to us a little bit about the lead up to this. How did the concept come out? What were your challenges in the run up to launch, if any? And if there were, how did you guys navigate through that?
Yeah, so there were definitely challenges. Look at the market we're in. I think anyone that's a part of any social media group will tell you that right now social media engagement is a lot lower than what it has been traditionally, at least in the last, I would say, 9 to 12 months. Um,
Absolutely.
so being
Absolutely.
able to get that stirred up was a challenge. It was a huge challenge, and being able to connect with people like you guys and connect with other groups was really the key to being able to have the launch that we did. And we didn't do massive numbers, but I didn't expect it based on the fact that we launched on literally the lowest day in crypto in the crypto history. Not history, obviously, it's been further down. But in the past 2.5 years, Bitcoin basically hasn't been lower than it was the day we launched. So it was a challenge just based on that alone, because the market sentiment was not good. Um, but the fact that we were able to connect with enough people and present Cypher in a way that made them willing to say, "Hey, we're going to give you guys a chance," was huge. And not only did they give us a chance, the vast majority of people have actually held their tokens and they've staked them, and it's a good thing. We really didn't expect some magnificent 40x launch, and honestly, I really think that right now in this market, what needed to happen was exactly what happened. Um, I would much prefer to have a solid launch where it's steady than to have some massive huge gains where a lot of people make a lot of money, which was also part of our whole thing. Like, we didn't want a small group of people to be able to make a massive amount of money and then just get out and leave everybody holding, and that's exactly the way things worked out. We had small pre and private sales, and I really think that this launch is the best proof that you could find for the fact that that works. I mean, we're in a market where people are willing to take any profit that they can take. And at this, the way that we did things, you know, and I hate to say like the profit wasn't worth it, but it was worth it. I mean, we were almost 3x at some point, and people didn't take it because we didn't let them buy 5 BNB worth of tokens, and it made it so that people were willing to actually just kind of ride it out and see where things go, and we have a fair shake at being able to make this work now. And I would much rather an organic growth than an explosive, crazy growth where people don't believe in the project. The people that are in this project believe in it, and the fact that they purchased it in the worst market that I can remember is proof of that. And I just love that because I have no doubts that people are going to stick with us. And as things get better in the market, Cypher is going to get better and it's going to get bigger. And those people that are holding, having faith, and truly believing in the project, not just like having blind faith, but you if you bought Cypher token, you heard something that you really liked. You heard something that you really believed in, because BNB was at its lowest point in a long time, and a lot of people were very, very skittish with what they were willing to spend because of that. And I can totally appreciate that. My investments are down just as much as everybody else's. So I truly believe that the people that are here for the right reasons. And like, what better base of holders can you possibly find?
Yes, sir. I agree with that 100%. And I see the Greek's hand up, and that's kind of inspiring me. So Cypher is the first time we've had a that I can think of a repeat guest on the show, especially this soon. So I really would prefer, because we just went through the whole white paper, and we kind of really dug into this project and what it was. So I don't want to like kind of rehash the same show again. What I would prefer, which is something a little unusual for the show, because y'all is kind of shy, it seems like. I'd really love it if instead people came up and asked questions. Like that would really make me happy. So all you shy folks who usually don't talk, like come up, put a request in. Y'all come up. Let's have a discussion all together because we learn so much better together. Because y'all gotta think of some stuff that I'm not gonna think of. So please, people, come up and ask questions. With that being
Absolutely.
said, right? So y'all, please come up and ask questions. Ask Jeremy all the stuff you want, even if they're about frogs. Totally cool. Come on up and ask questions. Mr. Greek, what's up, my friend?
Legion, you know I'm shy. I don't like to talk ever.
You just have a whole YouTube channel. Oh my god.
Jeremy, I just want to congratulate you on a great launch, and I wanted to tell you the staking is working perfectly. It was easy to use. Everything's easy to use. The lottery was awesome. That was easy to use. Everything was seamless. So congratulations on everything.
I muted him. I didn't know if he knew his mic was open or not, so I muted him. So okay, he can come back. Great, sorry, Jeremy.
Yeah, I've been talking to myself, man. Dang, I wasted some good material.
I'm sorry. All I heard was the frogs, and I wanted everyone to hear the Greek. So love you. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I certainly appreciate that. You know, we did have a little bit of a delay with the staking, but we did exactly what we promised, and we got it out as soon as humanly possible. And it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's giving people a tremendous amount of rewards, which is awesome. Which was the whole point. And yeah, no, that was really good. You know, it was a smidge of a delay that we didn't expect, and that's kind of been my whole thing through this whole thing was to not have delays, but you know, at least it was only a day, not 6 months. So that's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say in this space, a day is great. I'll take a day delay anytime.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I agree. You know, that was just kind of a bummer because that's been one of my things. I'm like, hey, things are not going to happen if they're not going to happen when I say they're going to happen. And I was like, oh, y'all got to be killing me, right?
Well,
but you know,
one of the things too. I'm sorry, Jeremy. I was just going to support that by saying one thing that I do feel like people need to take into account for is so many times in the crypto space when you're trying to do things, it's not just you as a project. There's always a third, fourth, ninth party involved, right? So you
absolutely.
absolutely did you did everything that you could, but you know, sometimes we are at the mercy of that other party involved.
Exactly. And, you know, we did have some last minute changes. So I am certainly not saying anything bad about the people that did help with the staking because they did a fantastic job. They got it back to us as soon as humanly possible. And thankfully it was less than 24 hours. But, you know, that I appreciate everyone being really cool with the fact that, you know, that's kind of been my shtick is that we don't delay things. But we really and truly, it was ready to go, honestly. We just wanted to make sure and test it multiple times because multiple people within the core group have even actually had issues with staking at launch if things are rushed and then some have lost tokens and we didn't want that to happen. So we could have launched it exactly when we said we would, but we hadn't had enough time to internally check and do the balances and make sure that it worked the right way. And we wanted to make sure that we had plenty of time to do that. And thankfully, everyone responded very, very kindly.
What would you say was the how do I say this? So I'm sure you had like when you were doing a pre-launch and you're doing, all that, I'm sure you had in your head like, okay, this is gonna be a challenge and this is gonna be a challenge and like I'm worried about this. What came up that, or did anything come up that you totally didn't see coming and you were like, oh, didn't think about that? Like what was the biggest like I guess blindside like challenge that y'all had to go through?
Quite honestly, the staking was the biggest and really only challenge that we weren't expecting. We had kind of already anticipated that the launch numbers as far as people would be smaller just because everyone is deathly afraid of the bottom. um, but we had incredibly small number of issues, and we were able to fix them really quickly, which was awesome. But staking has, even to this date, been the only thing that has actually not gone exactly to plan, and everything else has actually been quicker than we expected, which is fantastic.
So, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like the biggest surprise is it actually went smooth. Because who could see that coming, right?
No, seriously, it really is. Um, and I actually even told multiple people as we were going through this, I'm like, why am I so calm right now? Because I have been anticipating being an absolute ball of nerves for days after this happens, and it was literally the calmest I think that I've been since we started this project. Like, once we got the launch day, everything was already in place and ready to go, and it was smooth. There was nothing wrong, and I was a little confused. And I did, in all fairness, I had COVID, and I kind of blamed it on COVID brain, because I was like, all right, so if I wasn't sick right now and sweating and almost dying in my basement, I would probably be pretty much a wreck right now. But I wasn't, and it was awesome, man. I was really shocked.
That is amazing. I am happy to hear it. Mr. Greek with a hand again. Yes, sir.
Oh, Jeremy, I just want to say thank you for having your DMs open, because I know you let me know as soon as staking went live to make sure I got in. So thank you.
No, absolutely, man. I told you I'd keep you apprised of everything so that you could help do the same, and that's what I wanted to make sure to do.
I appreciate it.
Hey, and speaking of DMs, Greek, go look at your DMs real quick. I have one of our Glow Discord moderators, Mr. Adam, was kind enough to come up and say hello to us. Hello, Adam.
What's going on, Legion? Hello, Nation. What's up, Jason? Greek, Jeremy.
How's it going, buddy?
Going good. How's everybody doing?
Living the dream, my friend. Living the dream.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Living the dream.
So, Adam, have you ever seen a project do the whole pre-launch thing before?
No, I haven't been in any pre-launches before.
See, that's why I think it's so cool to have Cypher coming back to us. Kind of, we had them before, to kind of get the idea of what it was before, and now we have them back right after. So, really cool, Jeremy. I appreciate you coming back and talking to us twice.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Actually, I was, when you get immersed in the cryptoverse, you seem to forget certain things. And as I was talking with different people that had won the whitelist spots from our first AMA, I was shocked at how many people had actually never been a part of an actual pre-sale. And I remember actually how tough it was to actually be a part of one. I mean, I went months and months before I finally was able to figure out how the heck to get in there and actually be a part of it. And it was actually really cool to be able to go through, because like they're right, oh, I got a whitelist spot, what do I do now? And like, well, now you go to the pre-sale. I'm like, what do you mean the pre-sale? And it was pretty cool to like walk people through and teach them the way that ideally everyone wants to do crypto. I mean, if you could have your way with it, you would have a whitelist for everything. So it was really cool to kind of walk people through the pink sale process, and hey, when that button goes green, that's when you want to click it. And it was pretty cool. It was fun.
Hey, Jeremy, give me just a second. I have a question in my Discord. I gotta find it again and see which chat it was in. Crypto Man X, post your question in main chat. So I saw you posted it, but I can't find where it was now. So give me that question again. Oh, I know what it was. You're listed on PooCoin right now. Are you going to be listed on other swaps and or where else will you be listed in the future?
Yeah, we are looking into other swaps. Obviously, other exchanges is a bit of a challenge based on the fact that we're a 19% tax token. So it's going to be far more of a focus on things like, I don't want to say names, I guess, but other swaps to ensure that we do have maximized exposure. And when we've talked with quite a few different people and are in process of working on some of those things to make sure that we do get the most exposure and make the best of it. At this point, there's not really a larger exchange anyway that does support the sort of tokenomics that we have. However, I think with the support of the community and being able to garner the support of the different swaps, that things are going to be really good. And we've got lots of things that have been dropping, and we have an incredible. I don't know how many people know the exact details of Cypher, but so we started with a a great casino website. However, we have now upgraded to what is an absolutely phenomenal website, and the graphics are incredible. The games are incredible. It'll be dropping live on Friday, which is fantastic, and I think that's really going to be something that will drive a lot of people in to see the project. So even though we may not be able to branch out, at least at this point, to some of the larger exchanges, we will definitely be able to bring new people in.
Hey, and you made a good point, Jeremy. If you could, because I do see some new faces in here. So one, I'm asking everyone if you could. I'm gonna mute you, Jeremy. You're back. Your frog pond's a little loud, so I'm gonna mute you real quick, Jeremy. So just be mindful that between to unmute. Love you. I want everyone to hear everything. If you could, Mr. Jeremy, since I have some new people in this space, give us just a kind of a rundown of what Cypher token is, in case someone came in and was like, "What the heck is a Cypher token anyway?" Just give us the kind of the quick rundown of what it is. And for all your new faces in the space, if you would please retweet the space. We are giving away, not we, Cypher is giving away 100 billion Cypher tokens later on in the show. So yeah, retweet and get everybody in here. But with that being said, Mr. Jeremy, if you could just give us kind of a quick rundown of what is Cypher token. And I'm using. There you go.
Yep. So sorry about the frog pond. I didn't realize it was loud.
No worries, no worries. I just want everyone to hear, everyone to hear everything. So it's all love. It's all love.
Hey, brother, we are giving these tokens away. I'm not giving away anything. We are bringing that 100 billion to the people. And so here's my 1,000-foot aerial pitch, I guess. So in terms of utility, Cypher token does have a fully functional. As of Friday, we'll have 70 games of gaming, gambling, things that you can do from our website. You'll be able to play roulette, Texas Hold'em, poker, slots, you name it, whatever your case is. And that will be the main revenue generator to be able to help us overcome any potential lags in the chart action. However, there's a lot more to it than just that. That is the revenue generator, which I believe is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Anyone that's in this space obviously has a relative threshold for gambling, or you wouldn't be buying crypto. But we do have a lot of other things in play. We put together the most comprehensive holder program that I've ever seen. So we do have 400 billion tokens per week that are going to be unlocked and given to our Diamond Hands program, which is if you buy between launch and July 1st and have 0 sales, you do qualify. We will go through and disperse the 400 billion tokens amongst a set number of people, depending on what the value of the token is at that point. So it may be 10 people, 20 people, whatever the case is. So just by holding and not selling, you'll be able to qualify for those lottery drops. We also have at this point, it's just shy of 500% for the APY for our staking pool. It's a 6-month pool and it's working absolutely beautifully. The rewards are coming in a way that are honestly shocking even for me. And I looked at the numbers and I knew what the numbers were, and it's still shocking. But we've also got our Cypher HODL, which is basically you come in, you purchase tokens. When you buy your tokens, you're awarded a certain number of tickets based on the number of tokens that you hold. If you do not sell, those tickets don't go down. If you sell, they do go down. But that will enter you into a weekly drawing to, again, win more Cypher tokens. And we also have our Cryptex, which is a game. And you'll be able to go in and wager your Cypher tokens. Instead of them being captured and sold and creating a red candle, those Cypher tokens that you wager will actually be burned and they're gone forever. And you actually are able to potentially win, if you solve the Cypher, a substantially larger number of Cypher tokens. So the wager is gone and burned, but the win could be 100x on your wager. And for people that love Cyphers, that is a fantastic thing. We also have a lot of things that are really coming together as far as the mission of Cypher, which I think is, in my opinion, it's just as much, if not bigger, than the utilities that we have, because the mission of Cypher is to have the community come together to be able to give resources to projects that have great ideas, to be able to come together and instead of having a lot of different smaller projects with smaller followings and smaller groups, to be able to have one powerful group that is able to really help and cater to the needs of new tokens, especially, but not just that, but also to, tokens that had a great launch and maybe things aren't really looking so great for them now, especially with the market. We've got our raffle, which is going to be able to give these projects, either new or established, marketing funds, or maybe they're more in need of having some green candles on the chart, and they want to do a raffle where they're able to put $20,000 into buy back and burn, and just see that pretty candle and let that be that. Or maybe they are a baby project and they don't have the funds to put 10 grand worth of money into PooCoin ads to be able to get the project the attention they need. We really want to build the space up, and we want to make sure that the projects that have the right idea, that are really trying to make this space better, have the opportunity to at least give it a try. And that's what we're going to do. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yes, you have the same outlook as Glow for sure. And I do want to tell you, if you need help with contacts with swaps or exchanges or that kind of thing, please stay in touch with me, Jason, Shane, Brian. We're all about the Unite DeFi and bringing people together and helping each other out. So we'll definitely 100% help you there. I do tell everyone also that when you're investing in projects, you're also investing in people. And me and Jason have been in DMs with Mr. Jeremy here quite a bit, and this is our second show with them, and they're just generally good people. Like, they're legit good folks. So yeah. These are good folks. This is a good project for sure. Speaking of good people, there's two people I want to talk about that's up here as speakers right now. One, Jeremy, if you have not reached out to Greek DeFi and said, hey, you need to make a video on Cypher, you're missing out. You totally need to reach out to Greek and say, hey, you need to make a Cypher video. I've been with me and Greek have been together since he was like brand new. with like 2 subscribers or something, all the way up to he's like over 2,000 something now. So Greek is good people, man. So if you have not reached out to Greek to do an AMA or a video for you guys, like, y'all 100% should do that for sure.
Hey, Greek, why don't you tell them what we've been talking about, buddy?
I hope that means Greek's going to do a video. See, sometimes he's always in here listening. He's always streaming the show, but he can't always talk. But that's okay.
Gotcha.
We have our Greek presence. That's all we need.
Sorry, I'm eating pizza.
You're supposed to be eating Greek food. Which, I mean, yeah, pizza, I guess Greek pizza maybe.
Well, you feel free to take the lead and tell people what we've been talking about, my friend.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let Greek eat his pizza. I'm gonna come back to him, and he's gonna tell us about this video that he's gonna do for Cypher. I'm gonna make it happen. That's what's gonna happen. If not, I have someone up here that came up as a speaker who is one of my oldest friends in this whole crypto Twitter space. He's now with Enhance. Mr. Shrimp, I have missed you so much. I haven't talked to you in a while. How are you tonight, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing great. Just listening in. I got to look at this project a little bit on the white pages before the show. It looks very interesting, and I like numbers. And Jeremy, I think you have a lot of numbers in there which are fun. I've got a question about the weeks. You got 4 weeks. How does that play out?
4 weeks as far as what? Sorry.
It has like different the way the tokenomics are coming out. It has different ways it's coming out.
Oh, I got
the voting. It's some of the voting. Yeah.
Yeah. I follow you. So, we basically, it's not a matter of 4 weeks. What we did was give 4 different representations of what could happen, I suppose. So we actually vote to change the tax structure weekly.
I gotcha.
And so we gave a couple of different examples so people could kind of wrap their brains around like what that means. We could keep 17% BUSD, and we could do, we could split that up and do 10% BUSD, 7% buyback and burn. We could do 10% BUSD, 7% going into the staking pool. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can do. So we just kind of gave a few different examples so that people understood, number one, that the tax wouldn't change, because that's been the biggest confusion. Has, like, well, can we change the tax to whatever percent? Like, no, the tax is 19%. What we do.
What? Sorry for the delay. I didn't know that I was muted.
You never know if it's you or them.
Yeah, me either. For a second, I'm trying to look at everything on the background.
You don't want to be the guy that you don't want to be the guy that goes, you're rugging, and everyone was like, no, it's you, man.
Yeah, he wants.
You know
he
what?
wants to play. He wants to play, and I'm not playing, and he's not happy about it. But yeah, I've been very shocked by the way people are thinking. This has been probably one of my coolest moments with Cypher, is because a lot of times you kind of think that people are going to go the selfish way. We put up a vote for the first community raffle that we did, and one of the guys on the team was like, "Man, you're not like presenting enough of a win for the winner, and you're making it more about the project." And I was like, "Well, let's like mix it up. Let's do where the winner wins majority, and then part of it goes to the project, and then we do one where the winner wins 1,000, and then we have 2,000 to buyback and burn, 2,000 to advertising." And the one that won by an absolute landslide, like literally 60%, was the one that was the smallest amount to the holder and the biggest amount to benefit the project, which was buyback and burn and marketing. And I think that just kind of shows the mentality of the people that we have, that they really want to see the project succeed, and they're not just there to make a little money. And I say that because that's sort of relative to the tax, because in my head, I was thinking like, yeah, well, we're always going to be like 17% BUSD. Nobody's ever going to vote that it's going to be different. But I don't think that's going to be true. I think people are really looking at what's going to help the project. And that was why we created it, is that hope that people would actually say, all right, I would love 17% BUSD, but 7% buyback and burn wouldn't kill the chart right now. And I think that's going to happen. It's cool. It's really cool to see people willing to give up that small amount of rewards for the greater good of the project.
That means it's community
Absolutely.
run. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, it's community run, and it's community run, and it's also that shows you the mindset of the individuals. That they don't intend to sell right away, therefore they're willing to take that initial loss so the money can be put where it needs to be put in order for the betterment of the program. And someone who tends to sell next week is not going to vote that way, right?
Exactly.
And I would like to bring in, I would like to bring in Shane. He's really good at this kind of stuff. Are you with us, Mr. Shane?
Yeah, just joined back in.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know. Okay, that's fine. I didn't know if you had something you wanted to interject on that, or if you had just got knocked out. So it's cool.
No, just listening for now.
Okay, cool. No worries.
So, other words, like if you go to the community and you say, "Hey, I got this and this, but this is what we might need to do," you'd have a community vote on that, and you change things up. So it's totally kind of like a community-run way to run your rewards and the environment of the project. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, and that was really, really like out of everything. And I say this about so many things, and I know it sounds like that, which is crazy, but I think it's cool that we're able to be in a position where, it's not just the tax, the 400 billion weekly airdrops. If we get to a point where the community is like, hey, we would rather see that done in a different way, I mean, we can do that. And that's the whole purpose of this. We set it up so that we've got a suggestion panel. And if someone says, hey, I don't think we should be putting 400 billion a week into the Cryptex, they can suggest that. We put it up for a vote and say, hey, are you guys feeling the Cryptex? Do you want to change it to 200 billion? Do you want to, what do you want to do? Like how can we make a better use of these tokens? How can we make a better use of the tax? What can we do to make the project as efficient as possible and working the best way that it can be? And we're open for that for virtually all aspects of the project if it's not something that requires a contractual change. And that is what is so cool about it. I mean, what we have right now is a starting point, and we can adjust that. If people wanted to do 600 billion a week in airdrops instead of 400 for the Cryptex and 400 for the airdrops, and everyone voted on that, it's a done deal. So it's really cool that we have the ability to shapeshift into what the community wants. And let's say that it works that way for 3-4 weeks. And then people say, hey, we have a better idea. Let's go. Let's do this.
Well, in a project, things change, especially when you're adding utility or utilities getting started, or once you're up and going, you're going to have a lot more utility going the other way. Like with the casino that you're building with games and stuff, how is that money? How is that the profits going to be given as dividends to the holders? Is it through staking or through the actual token itself as rewards?
That is also something that is up for vote within the community. Initially, we'll obviously have to build up a bank, so to speak, to be able to pay out people that are able to win and do well. Once we get past that point of building up the treasury, so to speak, the profits are kind of up for grabs. Do we want to do marketing? Do we want to do direct to holder BUSD rewards? Do we want to do buyback and burns? We have left so many aspects of this project up to the project. Obviously, we've decided a lot of these things as a starting point, but that's just the starting point. That's the purpose of a starting point, is to give you a place to start from, and then, as we hear other ideas and figure out ways to implement them, we're open to anything, which is the beautiful part of this project. It is a community-driven project where the community really can and has dictated what we do and how we do it. The community is the one that voted on how many tokens that we were going to do in the airdrop. They voted on our logo. They voted on many things. So it's just the beginning. We're really excited to see where everyone takes this project, because a lot of times it's a guessing game with certain things. It's like, how is this going to go over? You can ask as many people as you want to ask, and you really don't know until you put it out there, because there's only so many people that'll give you their opinion, and they're usually the same people over and over. But when you do it in a way of voting, you seem to get a little bit of a different answer, and you get a more concise answer to what the actual community thinks, not just the talkative people. And it's been really cool.
You get an answer from your holders, and they're the ones that are invested. It's kind of like a decentralized company, a decentralized business, and that's where I feel DeFi is going. We're blazing new trails here.
Absolutely. I'm 100% with you there, and I have ideas that I can't even tell you about that are very much.
Oh, I get that.
Very much
I get that.
Focused on that type of thing where, there's cool things coming, man. That's all I can say.
And your market cap's almost a third of $1 million, and you just launched 5 days ago. I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, would I have loved to have a 6 million market cap? Sure, I would have. But the cool thing is that if you look at it, we had the normal launch green candles, and then we had the normal post-launch red candles. Then we had the post-launch red candle, green candles, and we've leveled out at a good spot, especially based on the market. I mean, I haven't invested in anything in the last week, and I know that a lot of people haven't invested in anything in the last week. And we're, for the market that we're sitting in, I think it's fantastic that we're still at a green level, which is awesome. And nobody wants to ever launch and be like, oh, we're lucky that we're in the green. But man, we're lucky we're in the green. I mean, it has been.
Your correction was only 50% down, if I'm correct.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
It was a beautiful launch. It was a steady bounce.
Yeah, no.
You have people that are invested, especially if they're investing long term. If they're thinking forward and giving more to the project than themselves, it really shows a great community.
Absolutely. And
congratulations.
If you look at the holder count on BSC is very low. But that's because 70% of our people are staked, man. And we're a new project. This is pretty incredible. When you think of the fact that 70% of people were willing to lock their tokens for 6 months that bought this project, I mean, that excites me. That makes me think that we did something right. And it makes me really believe that everything that we thought was going to go well has gone well. And people also see that. And it's pretty cool.
Are they going to be able to? I'm guessing you said that on the pre-sales you have to hold it for 60 days.
No, so it depends, I guess, on what you're talking about. All right, hang on. I'm sorry. I have my 6-month-old pit bull charging me and wanting to play. So there's really not a time limit that you're required to hold anything. I mean, if you stake, there's a 6-month staking pool. If you pull out before the 6 months, it's 15% pull-out fee. To qualify for the diamond hands, you basically have to just not sell ever. The first 2 weeks worth of people that have purchased that don't have sales are the ones that qualify for that. And, so we will compile a list July 1st of all the holders that own Cypher that have not sold. and we will go through weekly and look at it and see if anyone has sold, and if they have, then they'll be removed from the list. So, if you hold for 20 weeks without selling, you qualify for 20 weeks worth of airdrops. If you sell, you're out for the remaining 30 weeks, whatever it is. So the only
You
requirement.
can always have multiple wallets and do different things. I like that.
Yeah, no, you can have multiple wallets. So like, this is one of the things that I thought was really cool. If you want to, put a couple $100s in 2 or 3 wallets, and let's say things are looking good in a few weeks and you do want to sell and take profits, I'm 100% on board with people taking profits. I take profits, and I think anybody that has any investing strategy will, at a minimum, take profits to cover costs when things are good. And then you've got still X number of wallets that qualify for the airdrop. And we really wanted to encourage that because, number one, it encourages people to make multiple purchases. It also qualifies you multiple times. And, it will allow you to be able to take profits, which we are in favor of, without being
Volume's key.
Absolutely. Take your profits, like that. I invested in this space for 4 months and virtually never took profits. I watched countless project after project skyrocket. I was like so excited. Oh my God, look how much it's worth. And then I never took profits. I was told, don't do it.
You're just like me. You don't know how to sell. That's our problem.
Yeah. So I was told, I was like, don't sell. So I didn't sell. And then finally I was like, all right, I'm going to just like try something a little different here. And, I took profits, and I didn't take profits in a way that wrecked the chart. I didn't take profits in a way that was, harmful to the project at all. I took profits in a way that made me whole, so that anything that happened going forward was a plus, and you're far more likely to be comfortable, letting things sit there and see where it goes if you're already basically at like a no cost scenario. And so I encourage it. I mean, take a little profit, especially when the chart's good. Primarily, it's when I try to do it. But and that's why we wanted to do the multiple wallet thing, so that you could take profit and not disqualify yourself from the incredible bounty that is to be had with the airdrops. And we're the only people that I know of that are going to be doing this, where it's not like some 6-month hold where you have to wait. I mean, we're like literally giving these out weekly for a year.
And Shrimp, I'm with you. The way you and me got introduced to this space, you didn't sell. That was a bad word. So I'm with you there, Shrimp.
Long live the Safemoon army.
Yes, I still haven't sold one of those.
Yep, I'm a guilty party with multiple of those projects where I watched and showed my wife, and I'm like, oh my God, look at this, look where we're at. And then like 8 weeks later, she's like, oh, where are we at? And I'm like, don't talk to me, man.
Don't talk about it.
Don't talk to me.
Hey, real quick, guys, for any of you that might have missed the pinned tweet, I do have a pinned tweet at the top to win 50 billion Cypher tokens. You got to like, retweet, comment, hashtag GLOWNATION, because that's us, and must follow Cypher token official tweeter. And you got to be in the space to win. I really like to bring people up and talk. Just like I asked Shrimp to come up and talk to me, because these are the kind of Twitter spaces that me and Shrimp kind of grew up with, where it's not just the host talking, it's it's the community. So I asked Shrimp to kind of come up, and he did exactly what I wanted, and kind of gave people an example of I really want to do this kind of going forward more in GLOWNATION, where community comes up and and talks, because y'all don't want to hear the same people talking every day. You want to hear from the community and hear what everyone else is thinking, good, bad, or ugly, right? So everyone, please come up and talk. If y'all didn't notice, Jeremy's a really nice guy, and typically my guests are pretty nice folks. So if they weren't, me and Jason wouldn't book them. So y'all always come up and talk, right?
Yeah, though I will say this about obviously anybody that wants to talk and talk, but it is very refreshing to actually have just a normal flow, non-planned conversation. Anyone that's launched a project can tell you that AMA after AMA after AMA saying the same thing over and over and over gets really old. So it's really nice to be able to actually have a real conversation with you guys, and for none of this to be planned, and like the questions are just kind of coming at me, and we're just chatting and shooting the shit, and I love it.
Yeah, see, I usually do like me and Jason do like show notes, and we have our points that we want to go over and hit, all these different things on the white paper and that kind of thing. We didn't go completely plain, like we're still talking back and forth in Discord. That's how the show is so streamlined. My goodness, I could not do this show without Jason. Well, some of y'all that are regular listeners have heard me kind of mangle my way through the beginnings of shows and stuff without Jason. So yeah, little plan, little setup, but I really love the community involvement part of it. And Shrimp, thank you so much for coming up and volunteering and being my guinea pig. And I've missed hearing your voice. So
yeah, I've been busy. There's been a lot going on. I love coming into spaces, and I like the smaller spaces. Not that I don't want you to have huge spaces, but I just like the feel of the smaller. Like you said, we come back from the day when we had more speakers than listeners, so it's great. But if I'm ever asking too many questions, feel free to say, "Okay, it's time to do a Glow commercial." Or,
Hey, I want a Glow soda.
yes, that's what part of our partnership with Enhance.
Interesting.
I want a Glow soda so that I can do a cameo holding your Glow soda and enjoying it. Actually, I wouldn't open it, but I would look like I'm enjoying it.
What if it was a energy drink?
Oh, I'm down with that. That's even better.
I want to give another minute or two for this giveaway. And Shrimp, I'm going to ask you to do something that you're probably not used to in some of the spaces you go to. Here at Glow Nation, not talking bad about your space. I love all my spaces, and I wouldn't be doing my spaces if it wasn't for the spaces I went to. I love all of them. But we do things a little bit different here. We're 100% Unite DeFi. It's all of us versus the bank, not us versus each other. So we talk about everything, and even in a Glow Cypher space, I think Jeremy would agree with me. We welcome any crypto speak in this space. So Shrimp, you're a part of Enhance. Can you tell us a little bit about Enhance real quick?
Yes, we're a token, and we have a 4% buy and sell, and we get our rewards through staking. We found out it was easier for us to do that, and we have Ace as our or Chase as our CEO, and he's going to be. He's got some companies coming up with energy, which is going to give back into the ecosystem, and rewards are going to go into the staking and back to the LP. We're working. We have apes. We have just a few more to sell to get to 10,000. I believe we're under 100 now. And when we do that, we're going to put 100,000 into our crypto mining operation, which is going to use solar energy to mine crypto. And then a third of that's going to go back into the project. A third's going to go in the LP. And I believe a third's going to go to the staking. And those numbers could change, but that's kind of how it's being planned to be done. And that's what I'm stoked about, is when you're actually bringing outside utility, when you're using solar and you're mining, and then you're using profits from that to give back to the holders. It pumps the LP, it gives rewards. So it's not just on buys and sells. And so I'm really stoked about that. I'm waiting get there, and we're gonna get through the summer, and things are looking up for all the partners of in the Safemoon swap. We got people outside the Safemoon swap that Enhance is also working with. We got Income Island that we're gonna do stuff there. working with them. That's really cool. So there's a lot of cryptos out there that are getting started. They're legit. They're in the space. And one thing Enhance is big about is uniting DeFi. We have to make it together as a whole. We can't just have all fighting each other and trying to get each other's money to buy into their crypto, because that's not what it's about. It's about decentralized money. It's about decentralized businesses where you can have a decentralized business. People can invest in things and not have to worry about the Wall Street and AMC's got so many. So I'm just really excited about DeFi as a whole, and I think we're in a great place, and it's a beautiful thing. And I love this token that Jeremy has up here. I think it's great, and I like the fact that they have outside utility coming in. I think that's a key point, and it's like a business, so that's what I got.
And I bet you did not in your wildest dreams think you would come into a Cypher Glow space and talk about Enhance, did you?
No, that's not. It's Unite DeFi. We got it. We got to look at everyone.
Yes.
We got to ask questions. We're only 2%. We need to stop fighting over that little sliver of pizza or a little sliver of pie or cake. We got to say, hey, we got to come together and show that it can be done, and we can start, decentralizing more than just money. We could decentralize businesses, the way the internet's run, contracts with it. Oh my gosh, there's so much. But yeah, we have to do it together. We have to come together. I know it's kind of an oxymoron to unite DeFi, which is decentralization. But as decentralized entities, we have to have each other's backs. And I think that's the most important thing that us as a whole can do.
But hey, the rebels are stronger together, right? And that's what we are. We're rebels. So we all unite together. And speaking of uniting DeFi, Shane was kind enough to pin to the top the Glow V2 Enhance energy drink picture to the top of our I'm gonna retweet this real quick. So yeah, actually Glow Enhance does have a partnership. So we are uniting DeFi. We are coming together. So yeah, see, great things can happen when as Ace always says, spread love, not FUD, right?
Absolutely, man. And I agree completely. And I really appreciate you sharing the info on Enhance for sure. That's one of the, I guess, not unspoken goals of Cypher. We've definitely said it, but what you said a couple of minutes ago, Shane, is exactly right. I mean, we have a very small sliver of the financial world, and up until recently, we had a lot of different separate spaces, separate projects going for that very small sliver. I think the goal here is for each project to be able to offer something different and to be able to go towards a much larger piece of that sliver. And once we get to the point where we're not fighting over that 4% of a 1% sliver, then this is when we're going to be able to accomplish what everyone wants to accomplish, because very few legitimate projects come into the space wanting to not accomplish what they want. However, there are certain projects that you look at and you're like, all right, these guys are for real. They're like doing it. Like they're not just talking about it. They're doing it. And I think the goal is to get the get or done projects together so that we do have a unified space where it's not just coming on and talking with each other, but truly collaborating as communities and as projects, and being able to grow a much larger community that is DeFi. And once we're able to do that, then we will have the power to be able to get outside of the small little box that we're in, because we're not even in a little box. We're Crypto is a little box. Crypto is one. I don't know what it is today because of how much it's gone down in the last few weeks, but it was virtually 1% to 2%. I'm sure it's obviously much smaller now. So, like, if you look at, and that's including Bitcoin. So the DeFi space is taking a much smaller chunk of that, and you're talking about a very limited number of people. But if we're able to come together, truly come together and work together, and not just say we're working together, but to like actually do things to accomplish things together, we can get somewhere with this. And we're in a time where we'll be able to like really create something that's life changing for holders, for real world people. And I think it's just a cool time to be in the space. And I think we're finally getting to a point where people are ready to stop saying, hey, we're working together, and actually work together, to do something, not just say we're doing something. And that is ultimately the long-term goal of Cypher, is to be able to be a part of that, to be able to help facilitate that, and to create a conglomerate of projects that work together and pool resources and do what we need to do to be able to break out of this bubble.
You know, I couldn't agree with you more, Jeremy. We've had several conversations with Glow, basically to that effect. I can't tell you, I literally can't tell you, but there have been so many projects, and Legion and I have only been doing this, maybe a couple months, but our team did just what you talked about, not just talked about forming partnerships. Many of the people that we have had on Glow Nation have engaged in talks through Brian, through Shane, through our team, to find ways that, hey, look, I've got something that can benefit you. You've got something that can benefit us. And the general concept, and you're right, the general concept and mantra is, if we all band together, we're stronger. And that's true. I personally believe uh, during the course of this crypto winter, and as it moves forward, that the more we get this out to the public, there's going to come a time where I think some smart investors start to snap to the idea that markets go up and down. I mean, that's just what it is. It's not going to change. It doesn't matter what we do. That's just what's going to happen. Now, as an investor, if I look at Bitcoin at 20K, for example, and I want to 10x my money, that means Bitcoin's got to go to 200 grand a pop. And even when it does, if I sell and take my profit, then what? So I've got really heavily and am primarily invested in the reflectionary spaces because I feel, our project, your project, Enhance, we had the chance to 10x long before Bitcoin was going to. And at the same time, we're going to make money all along the way. If Bitcoin goes down and you're holding Bitcoin, you ain't making nothing, Jack. But when you're in these spaces, your same dollar amount, there's a greater opportunity and percentile chance for the projects that are on talking to me right now to 10x before Bitcoin gets to $200,000 a pop. So, and we are able to make our money all the way through. So, one thing I will tell you is, Jeremy, if you will hit me up in the DM we've been talking in after the show, we will make sure that you get one of the inaugural cases of the Glow energy drink. And then when you do, you can send us a picture of it. How do you feel moving forward? Right.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Hey, Jason,
So I did.
while he's dealing with the sirens, real quick, we have 2 winners. I posted them up to the top. And yes, I
Hey,
screenshotted my Twitter picker so people can't be like, y'all be in favorite, whatever, because it is someone who's won before. But I just go through once and it says pick, and I do what it says. So I got to keep it honest and real. Adam and Greek, y'all both won.
Hey, you know the way I feel about that? You don't win if you don't participate.
Yes. And these guys have been participating every day, every show. So I love them. So Adam, I'm gonna make you talk. Adam, you won. Can I get a woo?
woo!
Yay!
And apologies for the sirens. I'm not like in
Oh,
a
man.
bad area. The park I'm at's literally behind the fire station and police station. So
Oh
That just
no, you're
means that
good. You're good.
they doing that hard work. So Jeremy,
That's
does
right.
Greek and Adam need to message you? I take it, yeah.
yep, just hit me up. You guys know the drill. Send me your wallet addresses, and I'll send you guys some Cypher. And it's been a pleasure to talk with you guys like this. This is actually the first time I've been able to, outside of my community, be able to just like talk real and not real, but you know what I mean, like
Just
on-
talk.
just talk and like on the fly say what I'm thinking, and it's cool, man. It's so cool to be like part of this whole entire community, and to be able to like see that a lot of other people actually think the way that we think, and we're finally getting to a point that we're actually willing to do something and like make some changes. And because a lot of people have thought this for a long time, but you don't know how much power you have until you start speaking your voice, and when you speak your voice you realize people listen, and then you realize other people think exactly the same way, and then they start using their voice because they heard you use your voice. And it's really cool to see like things start coming together, and people really being willing to do, not say, because saying is great, and saying is a vast majority of what that's an oxymoron, but saying is a vast majority of what I've seen in the space. Like we talk about it, but we don't do anything about it. And we're doing something about it now. And I'm not talking about Cypher. I'm talking about everybody. I mean, I've had so many conversations with other projects, and people are reaching out to me, and they're like, all right, what you want is aligning with what we want. Like, how do we do this? Like, how do we actually make something happen? No one's talking about like slapping backs and having fun AMAs. We're like talking about truly trying to create something new and cool and powerful, and it's cool to be a part of it.
Yeah, it really is. And I get involved in conversations sometimes where people are like, well, I've got this idea, and it can be this and it can be that, and a lot of times they're really good ideas. But then my next question is, okay, what have you done? Like, what have you actually done to progress the concept that you have? And that falls in line with, with kind of what you're saying with the overall DeFi space in general. And that is being able to come together, like we do many times after these Twitter Spaces and AMAs, and like you just said, we got this to offer. What do you have? How can we work it out? All those kind of things. Speaking of scenarios that go along those lines, I did have a question from a listener. Does Cypher have any plans to have a ship featured in Meta Arcade's game?
We do actually. I will admit that Meta Arcade is not my forte. That is something that is someone else's forte in the group. However, it is my understanding that we will have our own ship, and I believe our own planet. And hopefully, I'm not sounding like I don't know what I'm talking about, because I
No.
haven't played it a lot. But that's not my responsibility normally. But that is, from what I gather, actually something that is either in place or going to be in place, because I do remember seeing a Cypher planet, and that was cool.
Yeah, and we at Glow just did the same thing. We had Meta Arcade on Glow Nation, and just goes to the point of what we've been talking about here recently, and that is, we had them on. I think Shane got involved with them. Had some conversations, lots of things going on, with all those different things. But yeah, it's and it has been very refreshing, Jeremy, to have you on and be able to. And, when Legion say, like we have an outline. Well, of course, we've got a battle plan going in, to make sure that we can follow a flow if need be. But, I always say, improvise, adapt, and overcome, right?
Absolutely.
And So we try to go with the flow. And when there's new topics and we have a guest such as yourself that is very intelligent, very much has the capacity to just ad lib and go with the flow and talk about the things that come up and the things that matter to him. It is much more refreshing to do it that way than a question and answer type session.
Oh, 100%, man. And I have a potential future endeavor for you. How would you guys feel about getting some project representation from multiple projects, all in your glow, and hash out what we can do to actually make this happen all together and be like, hey, on the fly, what can we do to make this work?
I would say that we are always open to opportunities, to better Glow and to better our friends and our partners. Um, Definitely, let's have that chat in the Discord where we were talking, um,
Hey,
so
Jason.
that we can.
Jason, did
Yeah,
you just feel Shane's ears perk up? I did.
yeah. I was the next thing I was going to say, and that's why I was going to the conversation we were having in Discord because I was just going to say, Shane is very very good with these types of things, and that way, he can be involved, Brian can be involved if he wants to be, things like that. But if you've got a good idea and it's mutually beneficial for everyone, I am sure that there is a plan to be able to accomplish something in that manner.
And
Love it.
also, Jeremy, in that line of thinking too, I want to change something that you said a little bit earlier. And Shrimp, I see your mic coming on and off. I'm gonna come back to you too, Shrimp. Jeremy, you said earlier that this is the first time outside of like your regular community, you've got to just kind of talk and just kind of be yourself. Uh, I want to change your mindset there. This is your community, my friend. Glow Nation is 100% your community. I want you to feel at home here, and I want you to feel family here. You're always welcome to come back and talk. I don't care who my guest is. I don't care what my token is. I don't care what we're talking about. If you've got something cool you want to tell people about, you are welcome to come in here and tell us about it. And I will 100% bring you up and let you talk all about it. Just like Shrimp was talking about Enhance. If you want to come up and talk about Cypher, I don't care who my guest is. This is my show. You come up and you talk about it. Okay, this is your community. This is your family. You're always welcome to come back and talk about whatever you want to. Okay.
Nah, I love it, man. That is truly very much appreciated, and I will absolutely take you up on it. And that's exactly what I wanted to hear, actually.
Because the way I see it is if my guest doesn't like that I do that, then maybe they shouldn't be our guest. Because
No, absolutely.
we family, we united, we won. So yeah, no, anytime you want to come up, like please come in the show and tell us all about whatever you're excited about. Please, you're more than welcome.
No, I support 100% what you guys are doing, and it's exactly in line with what we want to do. It's not just about Cypher's success because other projects in DeFi's success breeds more success. And the more success, the more comfortable people are looking at projects. And the more successful projects that you have, the less and less you worry. And the more that we're able to weed out the bad actors, the absolute better the space is. And you bring on 3 more people the next time we talk. That's good with me, buddy.
I believe what John Crony said, rising tide raises all ships. We all come up together. So, Mr. Shrimp, I've seen your mic going on and off. I know you're just dying to say something. Shrimp, what's up?
No, I do that. But you said arcades. That perked my ears. Arcades. You got your arcade, your games going with Glow. That's nice. I didn't know that.
Meta Arcade, another one of our family members. Yes, Glow is everywhere. We partner with everybody we can. We're all about love and just being a part of everything. We're on Boda Swap. We're Meta Arcade. We've got all kinds of partnerships and family members. So our community isn't Glow. Our community is Glow. It's Safemoon. It's Enhance. It's Meta Arcade. It's BUSD Buffet. It's Cypher. It's Grove, who we had on the other night. It's Cure Token, who we have Friday. It's It's everybody. We're all just one big family here.
Glow's not gonna put their light out. They'll say no. They're gonna keep on glowing.
That's right.
And speaking of family and everything, Greek, can you speak? Are you done with your pizza?
Yeah, Greek's done with his pizza.
Is Greek gonna make a Cypher token video? Is she
Of
gonna
course
do an AMA?
I'll
What's he
make
doing?
one. I'll make a Cypher token video. I just got to get to my house. I'm at my parents' house. I don't have my equipment. I need good audio, you know.
Well, Jeremy was saying something about earlier. Jeremy was telling you, Greek, to go ahead and discuss some things that you and Jeremy have been discussing.
Yeah, we have talked about maybe doing an AMA on my channel, and also just uniting DeFi and just different ideas, ways to unite DeFi. So that's just where we're at right now in our discussions.
Yeah, we had nothing to burn the board up with, but I guess I just wanted to prove that these are conversations that are being had, and I actually love our conversations, Greek. It's very cool, man. I'm sure you know that based on the number of times I've messaged you this last week or so.
I said my DMs are always open. You can DM me anytime. As long as it's not the middle of the night, I will respond.
Hey, and I haven't put him on the spot in a while, so I'm gonna just do it and offer him up. I'm sure if y'all want to do a Unite DeFi space and want to have like more than one project, I'm sure Brian would love to do that YouTube with y'all too if you wanted to. I'm just totally gonna offer Brian up to do it. So
I would be 100% down. And yesterday, I figured out the streaming with Atlas and how to do it with guests. So now I'm a pro at this now. So channel's coming along.
I hope you're listening, Brian. I just offered you up for a YouTube interview. I'm so going to get fired.
I would say if Legion's not here tomorrow, we have it recorded. That's why.
Oh, and I just want to also say thank you for the Cypher token that I just won. It's going straight into the staking pool, so it's not going anywhere. So it's going to help.
Beautiful. I love it, buddy. Well, thanks again to everyone here. I really appreciate the ears and appreciate everyone asking questions. And as I've said many times, if you're in my socials and you have a question, hit me up either via message, or you can say, hey, when can we VC? I'm down with that too. Whatever you guys need, that's what I'm here for.
Jeremy, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. We are running a little bit over, so I think I'm going to end here in a minute. I've got to do my regular things. I do have my bosses here watching me. I got to tell you about Glow, right? If y'all haven't heard about Glow, I got to tell you about that too. You already know we're all about love and family and uniting. But we do a little bit more than that. We're also, we're our own little token. We're a Moon partner with Safemoon. We are a deflationary token. It's a 15% buy and sales tax. But don't you worry. That 15% is going good places. 10% of it comes back to you in BUSD rewards. Of course, based on, volume and all that sort of thing. But you get 10% back in BUSD rewards. Part of that tax also goes to a couple of lotteries. One of those lotteries is if you hold at least $20 worth of Glow, you have a chance to win $100 BUSD every day. Brian diligently goes in there and pulls those drawings once a day. It's just total random of whoever's holding $20 worth of Glow. There's another one. It goes to a wallet that once it reaches $10,000 worth of BUSD, it triggers. And a lucky winner holding at least $50 worth of Glow gets $10,000 BUSD, which is pretty darn cool. And that might fill your gas tank up like once. So that's pretty cool. Now down to the part that made me a part of this project. And the reason I still do these spaces every other day or so. Part of that goes to a charity wallet. Now, the cool thing about this is the community. We were talking about community earlier. The community is the one that says, hey, these are the charities that I think we should vote on. Then once the community all votes on those charities, we pick one. This is final one based on the community. The team actually vets that charity to make sure it's going to the right place, right? It's going to the kids. It's not going to the CEO's wallet. So most we make sure that they meet our standards and they're legit charity. And the community is voted on them. At the end of the month, they get the contents of that charity wallet. In some instances, if it was close enough, a member of the team actually hand delivered. So far, we've lit up a orphanage with solar powers and batteries and lights. So we literally glowed up an orphanage. We helped some kids. War Child, I think that was the coolest name out of all the charities I've seen. Project War Child, which is kids that are affected by war. We helped some kids in Georgia that with cancer. We helped some other kids with like victims of like domestic violence and family and that kind of stuff. So most of our community typically votes for something with kids, which I'm 100% with. So that's where the name Glow comes from. One part is glowing up DeFi, which is kind of what we're doing right now, right? With all the unity and love, but also security. And our whole team is doxxed and very upfront, and we're a legit LLC in Georgia. So, we're a real deal company. But the more important part is the part where we're actually glowing up little parts of the world that need it. So a little bit of charity, a little bit of love every month is what Glow is about. That, and of course, like I said, the Unite DeFi. So we also have some, I don't know how much of it I can talk about. We have more cool charity stuff coming up that's going to become so much more what Glow is about. So charity is just right now a smaller part. It's a pretty big deal, but we're doing more. We have more plans on our roadmap that you'll find out about later. We're going to doing a big impact in the charity part. And also we have a NFT marketplace too that's launching. So, a little small thing, just a little NFT marketplace. And we're gonna be listed on Safemoon Exchange. So for all you Safemoon people, which is where I came from. Okay. So first, I'm going to go to Jason to shield our show Friday, but first I'm going to go to Mr. Shane. If y'all don't know who Shane is, he is our COO of Glow LLC. He is the master of all these partnerships you see us get. That's Shane. If you see us listed on exchange or something, that's Shane. All the cool stuff that a lot of those plans coming up, that's Shane doing that. He's a master of putting people together. Mr. Shane, what's going on, my friend? What do you want to add?
Jeremy, we just have a couple of questions in the community. So the first question is, how do you stake your Cypher tokens?
I may have put Jeremy to sleep. That's what happened.
He is gone.
Greek, can you tell us how you stake your Cypher tokens? I know you have yours staked.
Yes. So you go to cyphertoken.com. It's spelled Cypher, then TKN, so not token fool. And in the upper right-hand corner, it will say staking. You'll just click on that, and then you connect your wallet, and your Cypher balance will appear there, and it will be as simple as day, and it will say stake Cypher, and it's really simple.
You got any other questions for us, Mr. Shane?
I see Adam is up here now as well, but I think Adam was asking in the chat, can he stake in New York as well?
Adam, I know you're not asking questions in the Discord and you appear as a speaker. Man, I'm going to get you out of this shyness, I promise.
We are trying to bring Jeremy back up. He's trying to connect. I'm trying to get him somewhere. I think he's having a little bit of connection issues. While we're waiting on that, though, what I will do to see if we can bring him back up is coming up this Friday on GLOWNATION. This one's going to be at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to have Cure token, C-U-R-E, as in cure a problem. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. I don't want to give away too much of it. I'm very intrigued by it. They are working on a way that cancer patients and etc. can upload anonymously their data into a place where researchers would then be able to utilize that information to better treatments, to better access information without the researchers having to have such a tremendous cost of bringing all these people in and doing it. It's absolutely anonymous. Nobody has to give out their information, and I don't want to go too far into it because I want um, those guys to be able to really get it out there themselves. Um, Immediately following that, speaking of education, our vice president of education, Jared, and I will be doing a podcast with Gandalf. You might have heard of Gandalf. He's with this little place called Safemoon. We will be doing that. So we will be live on Glow Nation at 6. And once Jared, I, and Gandalf are done talking and the editing is done, we will probably try to be getting that up later on in the night on Friday, if not, very, very, very early on Saturday. So another thing that I did want to bring out is we are always open to suggestions. And so, those of you who are listening, I'm particularly interested in developing a Moonshot Monday idea, which is exactly the concept that Cypher came from. So, for those of you out there, if you have a project that you're really interested in, maybe they're still in pre-sale or they're planning pre-sale or whatever the case may be, um, shoot me a DM. Let me know who they are. We do have an extensive vetting process with the team, but if we can vet them out and they seem legit and there's some anti-rug capacities to their contracts and things of that nature, we'll be we can definitely look into that for you. It's like Legion was saying, we want to do what's best for DeFi, and what's doing best for DeFi is appealing to all of us who are in DeFi. And so, if there are things that you would like to see on GLOWNATION, topics you would like to have discussed, whether it be educational that would apply here or maybe over in the Glowing Up DeFi podcast, shoot me a DM on it and we'll look into it and we'll do the best we can if it's legit to make it work out.
Hey, and real quick, I just posted to the top to follow the Glowing Up DeFi Twitter account. That poor account has 160 followers. That's just terrible. So if all you guys listening could go follow Glowing Up DeFi, and if you would please retweet that tweet, so we can build that up more, because I know Jared does have some cool stuff. Like Jason said, Gandalf is coming. So yeah, if y'all could please retweet that and let's get some attention to the Glowing Up DeFi, because we do have some cool education podcasts coming up, and education is so important in this space. So please, everyone, go check that out. Mr. Adam, it doesn't look like we're getting your question answered tonight by Jeremy. I think a frog might have ate his phone. But you have to DM him anyway, so with your OX. So I would shoot him a DM. He is, as you heard, he is a very, very, very nice guy. So okay, it's 7:30, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble here if I keep yammering on in the other room by myself for much longer without talking to the wife who just got home from work. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to end our space here. I do want to say thank you to Jeremy for coming up and spending time with us while you were out with the kids. It's really cool. You got to speak to us too. Thank you so much to Shane, to the Greek. Thank you to Jason, who I could not do this without. And thank you, Shrimp, so much for coming up and talking. I really, really, really appreciate it. This space was recorded. So you always can go back to the main link to see this. And it's also going to be on the Glow official YouTube channel, which I posted to the top. So if you don't want to listen to it recorded on Twitter, you always can go to the YouTube. So please go over to the official Glow YouTube channel and like and subscribe and comment something like Legion's the best host ever. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, go definitely check out the Glow YouTube channel, please. And it looks like Greek is going to be having a Glow Cypher maybe show coming up. I don't know. He's definitely gonna have Cypher on, but maybe we can get Glow in there as well. If I get my way and just put Brian on the spot and say, hey, you're doing a thing. So anyway, if I don't get fired, we'll see. Jason, did I miss anything? I think I hit everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got it, brother. Really appreciate everybody continuously tuning in. We are just really trying to get out there what our following wants, and bring the whole concept of shining light in the darkness. We're trying to find these other projects that have merit, that are solid, and bring them on, and give them a space and an opportunity to maybe get a different set of ears that they might not have in their Discord. So we really appreciate all of you who come back. We see you. We see you regularly. We know who you are, and just really appreciate the support. Uh, Kind of funny, Legion and I were talking the other day when we first started this. Our first show had what, Legion, like 60 people or something?
Man, I don't know if it was even that much. It might have been like 20, and it was all people that I DM'd and begged, please come to my space. So
yeah. So
no
we
one that
appreciate
actually
the support. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the love of everybody coming out and supporting us, and give us feedback. DM Legion, DM me. Let us know, what you want to hear, what you want to see. As long as it's legit, we will make it work.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, see, I don't. Okay, full disclosure here. If y'all like are ever wondering, like, I wonder how he remembers to say the YouTube and the charity and all this kind of stuff. I don't remember like half that stuff. It's Jason sending me Discord messages saying, "Hey, don't forget to say this, and don't forget to say that." And so yeah, so that made me think of Discord. I also posted to the top two a link to our Discord. So if you're not there, so like Jason was saying, if you have ideas, that kind of stuff, Discord's so much easier because there's so much less, there's less noise on Discord than there is on Twitter. So yeah, if you have ideas or you just want to come hang out with us, or like you saw tonight, a lot of people will ask questions in the Discord, and we'll talk about it here on the Twitter space. So really, Glow Nation isn't just a Twitter space; it's a Twitter/Discord space because we kind of go back and forth. So if you're not at Discord, please go join it and hang out with cool people like Jason and once again our head moderator Annie, who just got promoted, and we all love. So and ask Brian when he's going to be on the Cypher slash YouTube channel. He'd be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" So it'd be really fun if y'all go ask him that. Anyway, okay. So I'm gonna end it the way I always do. I'm gonna thank everyone again for everything y'all do, for showing up and just listening to us ramble. I really appreciate it. Y'all let me know too what y'all thought about the kind of different way we did the space with the more community, questions and stuff. I think that's a good way to do it, and I think that's something I'd like to do a lot more in the future. So if you like it, tell me. If not, be like, bro, don't do that no more. So totally up to criticism and like Jason said, ideas. So yeah, totally. Let me hear what you have. If you can't tell, also I'm trying to get more to just rambling and talking than being so like scripted. So when I first started doing spaces, I thought, I got to be this, and this, and I'm trying to get more comfortable and just ramble on and talk. So that's all the spaces I listened to when I first started. That's what it was kind of like. And that's what I liked. So why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Anyway, so my ending thing, like I always tell you, is do something nice for somebody. If not tonight, tomorrow, simple smile, hold the door for somebody, give someone that needs it a couple of bucks, call your mom, just do something nice. Do a little bit of glowing up in the darkness that's out there. People are having hard times right now. Remember that. If someone's having a bad day, give them a second chance. Some people are having some real hard times right now. Gas $5 a gallon and people out of work, and so yeah, y'all give people an extra minute, and be nice and do some charity And come back and see us Friday for Cure Token, and we'll do all this again. That'll be our last 6 o'clock space.